Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, welcome to another episode of Nightmare Road. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Decon, here with the very pale
Wow. Ash the Oracle.
and this episode edit hold on. Editor, can you fix that? Yeah, thanks. Anyway,
Yeah, let me mark it.
what'd you do? Put a sticky note up?
Yep,
All
did
right.
a little.
This episode is brought to you by Loot by Lottie. You guys go ahead and check out on those witch kits. These boxes look fantastic. So go ahead and get yourself a what?
Nothing.
They look fantastic. So
You
go
should
ahead
do
and
infomercials.
Billy Mays here. You know, do you remember that guy?
Yeah, don't do that. That was
He
terrifying.
he died.
Wow. Yep.
He was like Billy Mays here with the Oxy Heart. Anyway, so what's the other guy? Remember the ShamWow guy? He was like all creepy.
You
He's
know
like,
what? Both of my sets of my parents have ShamWows still.
"Hey, come here, man. Come here, man. Here we go. I got this page for you. Look at this. Look at this. You what? Look, you spill human blood. You spill urine. You spill
They
other
work.
things. Clean it up. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this knife. Stop having a boring knife. Stop having a boring life. Anyway, so and it's also brought to you by Shadow Nation. Sean Burris, the Ghost Man, the one and only. Sean Burris. So go ahead and check
Yeah.
out his stuff. He's got Groceries and Ghost, Single Man's Journey to, I don't know, I'm not getting possessed, some shit, I don't know. And also Paranormal Unveiled. Check out Static and his book. We might put a link in the description, you never know. But check out
I
his.
need to include them in the ribbon in the bottom. Sorry, I'm really lazy.
So yeah, so just go ahead and do your own research and find them. The book's
Yeah.
actually pretty good. So that's about it for today's sponsors, I think. Oh, also T Public. Go get I got a new design that came out. I don't know when, at some point.
No, mine was supposed to come in today, but it hasn't. It said 7 to 10 days, and today was day 7. Damn it.
So you
Where's
probably have
my
to
freak?
it'll probably be like in between, like 8 and 9.
No, watch. It's gonna come out tomorrow. It's gonna come into my mailbox tomorrow, I should say, the day after we do the show. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, it's shitty art anyway. So that's about it. So today's episode, what are we talking about?
We're talking about zombies.
Talking about zombies.
Zombies.
um, is
Took me a
there
long time to get into zombies, I'm not gonna lie.
why?
I don't know. I wasn't okay. I'm gonna be really honest here, and you might just like hate me after I say this, but I don't
I
give a
fucking
shit.
hate you now.
I don't. I still don't give a shit. God damn it. Okay, so
So
I never got into zombies until The Walking Dead came out.
that did it for a lot of people. You're not alone there. The
Okay,
Walking Dead, Rick
no.
Grimes.
Okay, here's the problem with The Walking Dead, though. They killed my favorite character, and I stopped watching.
Who's your favorite character? The guy that
They
used to beat his
killed
wife?
Glenn.
The what?
They killed Glenn.
Oh, he sucks. Who cares?
Glenn was the best freaking one on there.
No, he wasn't.
No, listen. Yes, he was. He was the one before freaking Rick came in. Carl. Um, before he came in, Glenn was the one running the show. He was the one going out and getting supplies all by himself because he was sneaky. He knew how to do shit and he was smart. And they just killed him off like it was no big deal. He
No, he's
was a big
Korean.
freaking deal. It doesn't matter. He was the coolest one.
No, a lot of people liked Glenn, but then again, I
He
mean,
was the best. I couldn't.
I,
I could not watch that show after he died.
after Glenn
I
was
I
gone,
tried.
it got
I
better.
tried. No, I tried. I really did try. Couldn't do it.
My favorite.
So I
I don't know.
stopped.
I have a couple of favorites. I'm probably gonna. I like Rick Grimes. Like, hey, come on over here,
My least
Carl.
favorite. I hate
Carl, stay
least of
back.
Carl.
What?
No, when Carl's hurt or something, Carl. Like the way he says it, it is
Cool.
the worst fucking thing I've ever heard.
Really? Like,
Yes.
I think he's cool.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
that part, especially in that one season when he's like, they're gonna feel real stupid when they find out, and they're like, find out what? Who they're fucking with, like that. That's the best. And then you see him on TV, and he's like, "Oh, there we go. We're gonna have some tea and crumpets." You're like, "Ew,
I know, it's freaking weird.
fucking stupid." Anyway,
Daryl's
so
cool.
well, The Walking Dead is pretty cool. I like that, but what I like about it
I loved
is
it.
the fact that at some point the zombies become like they're no longer the main threat. It it becomes other
No.
people because other people are dangerous.
Hmm.
You know what?
But
And
here's what I didn't understand about The Walking Dead. So I watched this show religiously. Like this was back when I was dirt poor, couldn't afford internet. So I bought the show on DVDs. I still have all of it on DVD still. Yeah, I do. Anyways, so I would watch it like over and over and over again. And what I never understood is in the first season, okay, they go to the CDC. They figure out what's going on with the zombies, why everything happens the way it does. But when they go back out into the world, they don't say shit to anybody. They
well, what they
still
got?
act like everybody else, like they're all confused about what's going on. It's like you just went to the CDC and
At,
figured that shit out.
well, I mean, at that point, who cares? Like, what are you gonna do? I
Still, it
wouldn't.
was irritating.
I wouldn't give a shit. Plus, the CDC's corrupt. Look at Fauci. Anyway, so yeah, but it's a I like it. So there's a great book out there. You guys can actually find it on Audible now. It's called The Zombie Survival Guide by Max Brooks, and that was I love that book because it's fun because they
I
put like so
haven't
much
read
like.
it.
Well, you should check it out. Damn, I'm so itchy. I'm like, I'm getting sick. Anyway,
The
so
lotion on the skin.
no thanks. That's gay. So yeah, so in the Zombie Survival Guide, what's funny is the way that he describes Americans. So he talks about the average American is out of shape, they're couch potatoes, and he said the most realistic way to describe Americans is fattened cattle. And it's true because you see yeah, because you see all these people like, and it bothers me, especially when I see police officers that are out of shape. Like not just like out of shape when they're I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry when they're fat, because it's it's just one of those things where they're so complex, so used to just being on a job, they no longer care about their physical being. So it's like, okay, what if
Oh,
here's a
that's kind of sad.
yeah, well, it's not sad. It's infuriating because it's like, imagine if someone you love is in a building, elevators out, they have to run up a flight of steps. Let's say third floor. Do you expect this overweight individual to be able to run up the stairs? Not only run up the stairs, but now out of breath, try to help doing whatever the hell they're supposed to do. What if they have to climb? What if they have to
I
hop a wall?
mean,
What if they have to climb a fence? But
I'm a really small person and I know I can't run up to a third floor. There's no fucking way in hell.
I think that you would be more like Stretch Armstrong. You'd kind of just stretch and like pull yourself up and just like be like, or you run like Woody from Toy Story. Your arms just flop around. Um,
That's pretty accurate.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
that's really accurate.
so the point is that there's a lot of people out there that are, and you see them online. They're like, oh man, if there was a zombie apocalypse, it would be so great. But a majority of these people are like, number one, is when the internet goes out, like the Wi-Fi goes out, you guys are the first ones to have a mental breakdown when you're like, what am I gonna do? Like imagine there's no power at all. Number two, their physical shape, like you wouldn't be able to run up the block, you know, with that. You can at least
I would
squeeze.
be so screwed.
Yeah, and that's what's that'll be like, I believe 90% of Americans.
I would be the person trapped on the roof waiting for someone to rescue me.
Hell,
I would be really useless.
like um like the people in The Walking Dead, was it Merle handcuffed to the thing? Anyway, cut off his
That
own
would be
hands.
me.
Anyway, so yeah, just stuff like that. So I'm gonna ask the couple of questions, okay?
Oh no.
In a zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice and why?
Oh fuck. Hmm. Well, I can't say a pew pew because we both know I'm not extremely comfortable with those. I want a freaking crossbow.
A crossbow?
Yeah, give me a freaking crossbow. That would be legit.
So you,
Just be
and
like,
it's quiet, you know.
yeah, give me
But
a
then,
crossbow.
but then what sucks is you have to retrieve the arrow. You know,
I just have unlimited amount of arrows. Like,
unlimited.
yeah, there's a cheat code.
Oh, okay. Um, and then you have to like reload it, so you gotta grab it and then pull it up, which the tension you have to kind of have a little upper body strength, which you don't have.
If a zombie apocalypse were to happen, we would have to keep the show going to get coverage on it. So I would just have you go get the arrow.
So you mean to say that we'd be broadcasting during a zombie apocalypse? So I'll be like,
Yes, dude.
so I would be like,
We'd be like on AM radio.
hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Nightmare Road. I, of course, I'm one of your hosts, and you hear in the background just, oh, and you're like,
Yeah, and me shooting them with a crossbow and being
and you
like, okay.
crossbow without being able to like reload it, and it's like just grab another crossbow.
I'm just gonna make you go get the arrows.
So I thought I was broadcasting.
Well, we'll just pause for a second.
Wait, so we'll pause. Well, we won't even pause. We can't pause. So I'll go like take care of something, and you entertain the crowd. Okay, go entertain the people listening. That's awful. All right, secondary weapon.
I've told you I cannot do a solo show. We've gone over this. I'm too awkward.
Do you have a secondary weapon?
Secondary weapon? Hmm. No.
No, just the one. Oh, all right.
No, I just have a crossbow.
And that's the.
The only other useful thing is a pew pew, and I'm not comfortable with those. So unless someone teaches me how.
Can you please define pew pew?
Can you say that on YouTube or will they get mad?
No, I don't give a shit. I'll say it. Firearm.
Oh,
Set my arm on fire and just be like, hey.
I'm not comfortable with just, yeah, give me the fire thingy. A torch.
What kind of torch? Like the old Frankenstein torch? Like where you just like.
Yeah, you're just.
Oh, a flamethrower.
You know? Yeah. Give me one of those.
Those are heavy.
I could do it.
Just like 50 pounds of gasoline on your back.
My child is 40 pounds. So I think I could handle 50.
All right. Well,
I got that shit.
But I could see yourself setting yourself on fire. Setting yourself on fire and everybody around you. You know.
It's fine.
So yeah, the Walking Dead zombie. And roll. Yes, stop, drop, and roll. But so the Walking Dead zombie is a fun one because, well, okay, if you watch somebody's death, it's horrific because they get ripped apart. But in general, they're slow, they stumble, they're pretty stupid, you know, like and they're just walking
up. Great zombies.
Yeah,
I can get away from them.
Yeah, because that's the cool thing. It's like at a brisk pace, unless you're overweight, at a brisk pace, you know, you can get away from them. Compared to have you ever seen that Dawn of the Dead?
Oh, that's an awesome show. Well, movie. That's the one with Ash, isn't it? Yeah.
With Ash?
Yeah, isn't that the one with Ash? No, that's.
You're not in the movie.
No, that's a different movie. Just kidding.
But those zombies run. Remember that? They're like taking off running, and that everybody would.
Don't they run in 28 days later too?
But are they? I don't think they're like dead. I think they're just people with a like a rage virus, like rabies or something, which is actually plausible.
That's kind of scary.
So that is pretty scary.
Remind me about Dawn of the Dead, though. I know I've seen it.
They're dead. You know, they're dead they're zombies, obviously, but they run, they can climb, they're faster. For some reason, they're fast. They're, like the opening scene, they're at the mall. Remember, they get trapped at the mall and
Oh yeah,
they make those
okay.
badass buses, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now I'm remembering. I need to watch that movie again.
the opening scene is that girl wakes up and like her husband is a zombie and she has to climb out the window, and
That
then she takes off.
would suck.
She takes off in the car. She's driving, and the zombies chasing after her.
Okay, now I'm remembering. Anyways.
Shaun of the Dead, not the Ghost Man, but Shaun of the Dead, the British movie. That one's pretty cool. Those zombies are awesome
That's a good one.
because it's what I like about it is the fact that it's a comedy until the very end. At the end, it gets real. It's like it turns into a legitimate zombie movie because they're trapped in a bar. Remember?
Another good comedy one, Zombieland.
Oh, with Woody Harrelson.
Yes.
That dude can chew
I
through a door.
love that one.
Yeah,
and Amber Heard gets destroyed in that one, so that's good. That's a good scene.
What happens to her? Does she get?
She turns into a zombie, and I think they end up like smashing her head or something like that. I don't know.
How'd she get turned into a zombie? Did she kiss Johnny Depp? Anyways, so yeah, and so those are the undead zombies, right? So the undead zombie is a fun one. What do you know about voodoo zombies?
Okay, there was that guy in Haiti. They buried him, and I know he ended up coming back to life, and they were able to prove it because, like, his grave was. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, his grave was dug up. They have no idea, like, who dug it up or anything. The only explanation was him, and didn't he end up dying again?
I don't know about the story, but
I can't remember.
But it's just one of what's creepy
wild.
is that when you go to places like Haiti, the witches over there are people are afraid of them. So they'll paint like their doors red just to let you know a witch lives here because those bitches, they'll think about it like this. They'll take your family member and then they'll poison them and then they'll just turn them into a slave, and they'll use them for farm work. They'll use them as guard dogs. They're, it's just
okay.
It's just stuff like that. So, and you think about it, where a lot of people are like, "Well, that's okay," until one day one of your family members goes missing, and you're like, "What the hell?" And you're looking for this person. All of a sudden, you see him just wandering around aimlessly.
Can you offer them?
The what?
Can you offer them?
Like offer them? Like
yeah.
Like
they like here.
To a witch? Like, here you go. Here's my sibling.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like but there are people that they'll go missing and then they reemerge as voodoo zombies, just like the what?
I said I'm gonna look into it.
No, it's bizarre because
sorry, Mom.
So and I've said this in past episodes, but in the United States, witchcraft and witches and all these kind of things it's a hobby. Like, it's cool. People are like, "Oh, I like it," and all that kind of stuff. In other parts of the world, like, how people, they're like, "Oh, I can't believe to this day, there's people that hunt witches and they put them to death and they do all these things." And then people are like, "How cruel." It's a witch in other nations. Like, for example, I'll say it as many times in El Salvador, will terrorize a whole village, and they'll take your babies. Like, they'll have people take them, they'll eat them, just things like that.
Oh,
and
just a little too much.
That's because they believe, and it's not just in places like that, it's universal things. How they believe that baby fat, the fat in a baby, they're so pure that it helps their magic. So they'll eat them. They'll cut them up. They'll use the baby fat for spells. Like, they believe in order for you to fly, you have to, use baby fat. That's the concept behind the movie The Witch, or The Vitch.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
Yeah. So to me, that's a very realistic, concept of witches. Same thing with Blair Witch. Like that's another one. But anyway, so we're straying from the point here.
I was
So
gonna say, how did we get on this subject?
so in places like Haiti, Caribbean countries, even in Central or South America, you have people that have been turned into zombies by witches. And these are people that will wander. They'll kind of look at, like, if you're a family member and they see you, they'll kind of like stop and they'll stare at you for one brief second because there's a small memory. But again, they're slaves, and the witch might whip them across the back, and then they're just like keep carrying or keep working. And
That
it's
almost sounds like that zombie movie. What one is it? The one with freaking Will Smith. What is that movie?
I Am Legend.
Yes, that almost sounds like the zombies from that movie.
Do they retain memories or something?
I think in that movie they're able to for like a little bit in the beginning, if I'm thinking of the right movie.
So it's creepy. It's like so creepy because it's so real. So I was having a conversation earlier when we're talking, but then we decided that Chucky is not a zombie. Do you remember the first Chucky movie, Child's Play?
Yes, that was like the first horror movie I ever watched. Why would you think Chucky's a zombie? Chucky is not a zombie. Chucky is a doll.
No, because okay, so Charles Lee Ray is who Chucky is before he.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt you, but go on.
So Charles Lee Ray
Okay.
is the main guy. He's Chucky. He gets shot by police. He falls down. He's dying, right? And then he transfers his soul onto a doll. So that, to me, that version of Chucky is the scariest because
Well, yeah,
because
but that doesn't make him a zombie.
wait, well, let me finish my point here. So in voodoo, because remember he was voodoo. Actually, it was closely related to hoodoo. It was more accurate, but in the movie they call it voodoo. So in voodoo, they can take your soul. Witches will take your soul, and they will transfer them to a doll or to an inanimate object. Unlike in Chucky, if a witch traps your soul into a doll, you're not going to be able to move. You're just trapped in the doll. You'll be able to see everything but not move. You're a slave. So, and then they'll take the soul of even of an animal and they'll transfer it onto your body. So then that becomes a zombie. So what?
Chucky is not a zombie.
So why not?
Oh my gosh, because a zombie is human, is like the human body that is decomposing,
Not
but it's
necessarily.
still. Oh no.
Because remember, there's well, you have to remember that
Chucky was a doll and a soul went into the doll. So technically he is a haunted object. He is a possessed object.
What is the original term for a zombie?
I'm Googling this right now.
Google zombie meaning original language.
Okay. Sorry, I can't text.
I will wait.
Well, keep talking.
Okay, so so when you have a zombie is basically okay, so it first arrives in the fawn language.
Are you ready?
It's a transferred spirit. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the modern concept.
Not modern.
No,
original.
wait. Of the zombie originated in Haitian voodoo folklore, which describes a reanimated corpse controlled by a sorcerer, and the word zombie or zombie is believed to come from African languages. Go away. Possibly the Kimbundu word. I don't know any of these words. So it is a corpse.
What is the definition of zombie?
That's what it says.
No, what does the zombie mean?
It is a corpse.
Not a no, it's not a corpse. Because
Uh,
remember, in the when it comes to zombies, basically what it is not undead.
okay, so what does zombie actually mean? This is in English, mind you. A frightening creature that is a dead person who has been brought back to life but without human qualities. That seems pretty accurate.
No, give me the definition of the word zombie, Zumdi, in Zambia.
Oh my gosh.
Want me to give you
No.
want me to give you what it means in the African
No.
language, what it translates to?
Sure. Because you're going to say exactly what I look up anyway.
Transferred spirit.
It brought up literally the same thing on my phone.
Don't look at the definition of modern because remember, the people that are reanimated supposedly, they're not dead. They're alive. They've been brought back to life and they're alive. They're living.
Are you
Let me look it up now. Now I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, you look it up and you figure it out.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. The child wanted attention, so I had to escape.
Okay. Okay. It says the term zombie itself is believed to have originated from the West African word meaning in zombie, which means God or transferred spirit. So Chucky,
Yeah.
what did Chucky do? He transferred his spirit into a doll.
Under that definition, but what's a possessed object then? Is every possessed object a zombie?
Is every possessed spirit a zombie?
Yeah, like every doll that has a spirit attached to it, is that considered a zombie then?
If you
now we're
ask,
debating.
no, we're not. It's simple. It's a simple solution. If you ask anybody from where the term zombie comes from, and you ask any witch doctor, any object that has a spirit that's been transferred into it will be considered in zombie. So to answer your question, yes.
That's just weird to wrap my head around, though.
It's because it's they changed
because I'm a dirty American.
Well, it's because they changed the language. Like the first ever, I believe, animated corpse that it comes from George Romero. He's the one that did the Dawn of the Dead and all that kind of stuff, and he made them flesh eaters. So the term zombie that we use in this country and now modern day comes from the undead, which also in The Walking Dead, the word zombie is never said.
No, it really isn't.
And so, yeah. So anyway,
they don't call them The Walking Dead. They call them something else.
They call them walkers.
Yes, that's it.
Walkers. So anyway, so back to the debate with that Chucky was so much creepier because he had voodoo powers. Remember, he had the voodoo doll. He can kill you because he knew how to use magic. He went to his
Chucky was terrifying.
Also, people forget because people are like, I would grab him and I would throw, women say this. I would grab Chucky and I would throw him on the ground. Chucky, because his soul was inhabiting this doll, he also kept his strength from when he was a full-grown man. So he's also just as strong.
Would be friends.
I don't think so.
We would be friends.
But back to really quick, we got to end the Chucky conversation because it's not a Chucky show. So the best Chucky movie ever made was the first one. After that, they're all shitty, especially with the lady. What the hell's her name? Jennifer Tilly.
Oh, her voice just, I can't.
You sound kind of like her.
Don't fucking tell me that. God damn it.
Have you ever heard that before?
I've heard that before, and I fucking hate that.
And anyway, yeah, after that, those movies got stupid. Anyway. The show was stupid. The TV show was stupid. The later movies were stupid. Just the first one. The first one holds up. It's the best.
One. I mean, the fourth one, The Shelves of Dolls, that creeps me the fuck out, but it's fine.
No, first one was the best. Anyway, so back to zombies. Did you know that there's also in nature they have parasites which turn animals into zombies?
Really?
Yeah, have you ever heard of a zombie ant?
No,
A zombie
I
ant
kind of want to
is
see one.
it basically what happens is it gets infected. They don't so that they're still debating whether or not it's a type of bacteria, if it's a fungus, or if it's a very small parasite. Will take control of an ant's body, like through his brain, and it'll make the zombie ant walk all the way up the tree, find a leaf,
Oh,
clamp down, and then just waste there until it dies. That way, an animal can come along, eat it, and then it has eggs inside, and then it just repeats itself,
that's kind of brutal.
just like zombie caterpillars. Zombie caterpillars will eat a certain egg that's found in a leaf inside something, and then like a small worm
Ew.
will like crawl up into its brain and will inhabit like the actual eye stalk, and it flashes colors because it moves around because it wants a bird to see it, and then a bird will swoop down and eat it. And then what happens is when a bird eats it, it reproduces inside the intestines of a bird, and then when it shits, all those eggs are actually in that fecal matter, land on a leaf. Another caterpillar will eventually come on down, eat it, and the cycle repeats itself. It's a food cycle.
This, this is why I hated science
Or
in school.
one more, a zombie mantis, or a
Oh,
so
really? You had to. My least favorite freaking insect.
So they get basically same thing. A parasite will actually rewire its brain to make it drown itself because they reproduce in water. So what it does is it jumps into the water, and then out of it bursts out this long worm, like a little. It looks like a hair, and it just swims around in the water.
Gross.
Yeah.
Really?
So this is what they believe. They believe that if you believe in evolution, which I do not. But if you believe in evolution, they believe eventually these parasites and these type of creatures will evolve and do the same thing to humans. I mean, if you own
So
cats,
praying mantises, there's a chance one could kill me one day,
yeah,
as I hear all the time.
it'll just come out with a machete.
Awesome. So my greatest fear is gonna come true. Thank you for that. I appreciate you.
Do you have a cat? Have you ever
She is the most useless creature on the planet.
Titan?
A
You ever heard of
flower has no use but sleeping and eating food.
Have you ever heard of toxoplasmosis?
No. Why are you doing this to me?
So toxoplasmosis is basically it's a parasite that's in cat feces that if you've ever cleared a litter box, it's very likely that you have it. And what it is, it's a very, very tiny worm that you get by when you clear out the litter box. And what it does is a worm goes into your brain, and there's no way for you to remove it ever. So until the day you die, you have a worm in your brain, which they cannot remove because it goes very deep into the brain. So what toxoplasmosis does is if a mouse or a rat comes in contact with this parasite, it will actually make him be attracted to cat urine. So whenever there's cat urine, the mouse will run up to the cat because it's attracted to him, and then the cat will eat him, and then the cycle continues. Now it has the parasites in this kitty litter. You touch it, you have a worm in your brain.
I clean my cat's litter box every single freaking morning.
So it's very likely you have toxoplasmosis, so you have a worm in your brain. Anyway, so they believe is that worms like toxoplasmosis, that condition, that eventually the worms will evolve to the point where they'll be able to do the same thing to humans, just control them. So imagine a zombie person just walking around.
I'll be the first one.
Probably.
Because I'm so OCD about my cat's litter box.
But also, I think that if you would be like the first,
life.
if you would be the first zombie, I believe that I could contain you like in a giant paper bag, and I don't think you'll ever be able to get out.
A paper bag?
Yeah, because you're so physically weak that I don't think they'll be able to claw your way out of it.
Can you put me in something fun like a padded room? Why paper bag?
Padded room? That's not fun.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever been in a padded room? Don't answer that question.
Not because I was diagnosed with anything, just for fun.
Oh, all right.
Yes. It was in an abandoned mental hospital. It's fine. I'm not going to say which one just because.
It's
It's
abandoned.
fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, okay. All right. So
All right.
we're not going to discuss mental history. So anyway, so no, it's such a bizarre thought because we look at zombies, we look at zombie movies, we look at all this stuff, and then we think like that was fun, but it's so like
It could
it,
happen.
it could happen if you go onto the CD. Well, I don't know if they still have it up, but if you go onto the CDC, it actually tells you like the steps to prepare like for a zombie attack. You know,
Yep.
like what to do when it's like isolate yourself. You know, like be
I'm going to my parents' house.
you are.
Yeah. My parents literally, their house is on a hill in the middle of nowhere, and you can see for miles. There is nothing that is going to overtake that place. My
So
parents' house is the meeting spot.
do you think it's because it's on top of a hill and zombies have a hard time like going up hills?
Well, and my stepdad he's very prepared. We will just say that.
He's a prepper.
No, he has a lot more firearms than a lot of people I know.
Whoa,
And he has a lot of food. He
a
could
lot
survive
of.
a year at he could survive a year at his house with at least probably 10 people living with him. And it's not like creepy Mormon style doomsday prepping where they have the millions of cans of food. No, like he has like meat stocked up and stuff like that. Like my parents' house is the house to go.
Meat stock like in a root cellar.
He has a crawl space for that. He has multiple freezers and he has multiple generators if any of those go out. And then he has backup plans for when the generators go out. My stepdad's very prepared.
So he probably does the solar powered generators.
I don't know exactly. I just go there and steal their drinks.
So don't say any more because now in case of a zombie invasion, people know like which house to try to loot. No, that's not true. People out there will
Just people that know me would know that, and they already know that, and they probably already plan on going there anyway. So it's fine.
You just said it to the internet.
Nobody knows where I'm at. They know what state I'm in, and that's about it.
It's like, yeah, there's a lot of places.
Yeah,
no,
there's
and
a
that's
lot of homes in the middle of nowhere. Good luck.
And that's what's insane is people have like these plans, but then they don't go like very. So there's people out there that have prepared for disasters and all kinds of different things, and they don't have it's so nearsighted because I know a lot of people and their plan is I have a freezer full of food. Well, what happens when the power goes out? I never thought about
exactly
that, you know. Or like one of the big things is if you ever watch the news, like when a hurricane occurs, everybody's out there running to the store, you know, hoping that they you don't watch the news.
I don't watch the news for that reason.
We watch the news for, pal.
I don't watch the news, period.
Oh, okay.
I get my news from when I open up my work computer and it pops up.
And then you always find out like who died next, you know, and it's always
exactly.
it's always an old person, and we're always shocked. We're like, what?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this 80-something-year-old person died? What?
And we're always shocked. But anyway, you always watch, and it's so upsetting because you watch a hurricane hits, an earthquake hit, whatever the hell is happening, and you always see the same thing over and over. People running to Walmart, people running to the store, hoping there's something left. You know, and it's just so insane because
it's one thing that people in big cities.
Yeah, they're dumb. And like and that's the thing is that the one thing that we learn about history is that we learn nothing at all because that'll happen. And you would think that there's a learning experience like, oh, now I'm going to prepare. No, not at all. No, disaster strikes, running to the store, same song and dance, trampled all over.
Running get toilet paper.
Go get toilet paper. And that's
go get toilet paper.
And also, what you see is with the preparedness people, like people that are city prepared, is they always get what they call the French toast. Um, the French toast supplies. What is that? They get bread,
Bread, butter.
milk, and eggs, and but yeah, this dumb shit. And it's like, okay, you know, like
Why bread? Oh,
yeah,
why eggs that you buy from the store that are gonna go bad if they're not refrigerated? Don't
why
buy eggs
milk?
from the
That's good.
store. Yeah, why milk that's gonna go bad if you don't have it in a fridge? That's just no.
Maybe they're gonna do the milk challenge. They're gonna drink it and see who can hold out the longest before vomiting, like for entertainment. So,
Gross. Ew.
so what's
Milk is
interesting?
gross.
So what's interesting is that you have let's say you have all these things that you have to do. Like that's why I say the Max Brooks books are amazing, because it's like, what's one of the biggest threats that you have when it comes to surviving and you have to hunker down? People think that it's starvation, that it's all these things, because people will go and then they will get all the food, right? But what they don't account for is boredom. You know what boredom will make you
Mhm.
do?
It'll
Boredom
make you
just
go crazy.
make you go crazy.
You will
So
be insane.
yeah, so that's what they always say when you have a survival pack. Like I tell people all the time, like, what's in your survival pack? Everybody should have a go bag, by the way. You should always have a backpack with supplies, right? But you should always have one in the car, and you should always have one by the door in your house. You never know.
Oh, okay.
That way, when a disaster strikes, when something happens, let's say you live by the mountains, there's a fire, you have to evacuate, you're not running around the house. I see that all the time too. People are running around, getting shit, trying to get like you should have already planned. You know.
Yeah.
So in the vehicle, what do I have? I always have a case of water, right? Microplastics. Who gives a shit? What do you? You know what's crazy is I watched a survival video the other day, and this person was talking about how you can boil water while in a plastic water jug, and what you need is smoke, right? And you put it on top. Eventually, the heat will boil the water, and people are like, "Yeah, what you haven't thought about is microplastics." It's like you really think in a survival situation where you're thinking about what's in your,
No,
microplastics. Like, no, you don't want to.
no.
You
I
don't want
want
to
some
dehydrate
freaking
yourself.
water, bro.
You want water. Microplastics. Shut up, you damn hippie. What do you live in Oregon? Anyway, by the way, speaking of Oregon, did you see that? Did you see that Ice Cube parked his like a? So apparently he was going on tour, right? And did you hear about this? So
Please
he
go on.
so he parked his bus. Ice Cube, damn. He parked his bus, went to a restaurant of some kind, and these insane people from Oregon thought that it was an ice bus, and they torched it, set it on fire. And then he was like, "This is the last time I come to Oregon." Just idiots. Oregon is just a state of idiots. Anyway, so
Hey, be nice.
no, it's like,
I'm friends with some of them.
huh?
I have friends in Oregon. Be nice.
They're dumb. So
Hey,
they're like ultra hippies that are unprepared. That's what they
not
are.
all of them.
A lot of them
Only
are.
some.
Most of
The
them,
people you see in Portland are definitely Portland.
and most of Oregon.
Portland needs help.
So
Eugene is fantastic.
anyway, the ducks. Shut the hell up. Anyway, so you have all these people, right? And you see it, and they don't prepare, and they have all these things. They're running around the house like idiots, in the dark. The power went out, and they're like trying to find their way how to. You should always have that kind of shit already in your car, but you should always have a go bag by the door. You run out,
Oh,
grab your bag, you're in the car, right? One thing to always have in your bag is playing cards. Playing cards, a sketch pad, and pencils.
you're really OCD.
Huh?
What if you're really OCD?
What do you mean?
I do not have a go bag in my vehicle or sitting by the door because that's not where it goes.
Well, then, when you look at society and
It's on
history,
the shelf in the garage.
yeah, that's
That's
helpful.
where the car is.
You know what happens to people that don't prepare? You know what used to happen to people?
They're
Then
there. They're just on the shelf in the garage. They're just not in the car because we're going in the garage to get in the car so you can throw the bag in the car
so when there's a
without
fire,
it
when
being in the way.
flood, when there's danger, your brain is gonna be like, we have to flee. The whole thing is there's chaos, and then you're like, oh, run to the shelf.
Yeah,
It should already be in the car.
I have OCD. Trust me, I will think of that.
I seen you panic. I don't think so at all. Anyway, so it so always have playing cards, have sketch pads, all those kind of things in the backpack so that boredom doesn't overtake you. You're bored, you can play a game, you can draw, you can do whatever. Also, even if you don't smoke, I always have a pack of cigarettes and always have a pack of cigarettes and a lighter. And do you know why?
Because you run into people like me.
Because you can't say that because then it kind of ruins what I was gonna say.
Sorry, it's really dark over there. You're gonna see my grill in the background for a minute.
What I was gonna say before you said that is it's gonna sound bad now. Say you always run into that idiot that is willing to give you 3 to 4 bottles of water for 1 cigarette.
Okay, I'm not that dumb.
And you know, you always have that. You always have whiskey or some type of alcohol because there's always alkies out there. You know, like what they'll do. Some of them will drink gasoline. You know,
I'm like, yes.
you don't want to be drunk in a zombie outbreak.
That's why we're still gonna be like partnered up when the zombie outbreak happens because I can still do my thing while you just be the zombie taker care of. Or yeah. That's why we're still gonna be recording and doing the podcast thing.
So it will be in a bunker.
Yes.
And by
Oh
bunker
God.
you mean like your parents' house?
Yeah. And I can drink and you can do your thing. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Can we
I don't
plan
think
for
so. That
this?
doesn't sound like a good plan at all. That sounds like
A fantastic plan.
no. That sounds shitty.
Why?
Because
I
I'll
would
do
be doing
so.
great things.
So I'll be doing all the fighting, and then I'll watch you like get intoxicated. And you fucking hurt yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that sucks.
Yeah,
So no,
I tried.
it's just a lot of things that so get that book because it's pretty awesome because it just gives you like all kinds of tips. There is a lot of things that I disagree with in that book when it comes to
Such as.
firearms. What? Oh, when it comes
Such
to
as.
firearms, you know, they'll say shit like you want to stay away from certain weapons. Like it's so stupid. They'll say shit like if you get yourself like they use the M16 or the AR-15 because it's like the gun that most people know because of the news and TV and all that kind of shit. And then they have like a misconception of what it is. So it's like gonna stay away from those because it's so easy for you to flip the switch and go into rock and roll mode and just like unload a full. And it's like, well, okay, number one, when you buy something like in that and they call it an assault rifle, it's not an assault rifle, it's called a modern sporting rifle. um okay, if you buy a modern sporting rifle like an AR or a AK-47, if you're a civilian they only come in semi-automatic, so you're not going to be flipping no switch and then going full auto. Those are not available to the public. um Number two is it also depends on your discipline. Even if they were, no one is flipping the switch. If you're disciplined enough to like actually own one, you're not flipping the fucking switch and then going rock and roll mode and just like unloading a full, magazine. That's stupid. And then they said something like the AK-47. The AK-47 is my favorite firearm of all time because it's reliable, it's rugged, it's meant to take a beating. The round itself, the 7.62 by 39, was designed to kill horses. So
Good Lord.
Yeah, so when they said something like it'll take multiple rounds to put down a zombie unless you hit them like square in the head, and it's like, you know how hard it is to hit a moving target in the head with anything. People think that it's like in the movies or like in a video game. You know, like you just got to shoot it in. Like it's really hard. And then the round itself is such a big caliber that if you hit something like you're gonna blow that chunk right off of them. 2 rounds to a, to a zombie, especially the spine. You're gonna sever that spine, and then all of a sudden it loses its ability to walk. So it's on the floor.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just things like that. So there's a lot of there's a lot of things out there that I believe that even if there's not a zombie outbreak, I do believe that you need to train in firearms. If your state allows it, get a firearm. If you're not a felon, get a firearm, get a little 22, and get training in it.
Felon.
Well, I mean, yeah, because they won't sell it to you. So yeah, they won't sell you a firearm if you're a felon. So
well, I would hope not.
Well, they don't. The gun laws are actually pretty strict when it comes to those kind of things. But get yourself a little 22. Go out there and plink. It's fun. It's a nice little stress reliever, but also with something like the 22, according to that book, and that's another thing that I disagree. It's like the 22 is practically useless. It cannot penetrate a skull. Like that's not true at all. It's dumb. Like
I know nothing.
So get yourself a 22 in a rifle, in a pistol. Practice with both. It's fun. Go out there and just do some plinking, do some target practice, run some drills. But what I used to do with police officers and people that are training for combat is even people out there that are just training in general, I used to tell them, like, do you know what it's like to be in a situation where your heart rate is up, where you have to, train for the moment, and they've never done, like with police officers, for example, in Idaho, I say, have you ever been in a situation where it's life and death and you have to shoot, and they're like, well, my target practice, blah, blah, blah. And I always score. Like hitting a piece of paper that's not shooting back is really easy. So what I should say is get your rifle, do a couple of sit-ups, right? Do a couple of sit-ups, do a couple of jumping jacks, just do anything to get your heart rate up, then try to aim your rifle. Then go ahead, get your rifle, and now try to shoot a piece of paper. What ends up happening is your blood's going, your heart rate's going, your breathing is heavy. So now when you're like this and you're like, this is easy, now you're doing this, and it's hard for you to hit a target, because your heart rate is up and you're breathing and everything. So
I could not.
Yeah, so that's always why I always tell people, like, okay, what the first thing you have to do is do this, practice this, get your breathing under control, get your heart rate under control, learn to control your breathing, and then that way you become a lot more effective at the things that you're doing. So if you ever want to know what it's like to, be in a situation where it's life and death, like just practice those. And once you learn how to get your heart rate down, keep your heart rate down, and remain calm in these kind of situations, you'll do so much better. So. And man, this episode went everywhere, but it's fun.
Kind of did.
I like the topic. And if all else fails, I'll just get a board with a nail in it. I'll call it.
Oh shit!
I'll just call it the old standby.
Stop it.
That's about it. So we're gonna call it an episode. So remember, guys, that what's the matter?
Nothing.
It's getting dark over there. I can barely see you.
It is getting dark. I know.
You kind of look like the girl from The Ring.
Yes. Hold on.
Or actually, more like the girl from The Grudge. So that's about it, guys. So TeePublic, go get yourself a shirt, do all that fun stuff. So remember, guys, to always look both ways, especially if you find yourselves on Nightmare Road.
Yeah. Okay, bye.